Hello guys, we're about to start now, and welcome to our this webinar at the end of March. And our topic today is about EasyAccess 2.0. It's about some advanced features, about it. So we're not going to start from the very beginning of EasyAccess 2.0. We're just going to show you that the new features we've added since we've released EasyAccess, and there are some. I think we have some helpful features that we would like to introduce to you guys. Okay. So there are many people who wants to join this webinar, so I cannot. Okay. So these are our contents today. First of all, I'm going to introduce our push notification, and then I'm going to talk about our push notification on our Facebook Messenger and Line, which is mostly our social network apps. And then I'm going to talk about our multiple users login. And then I'm going to introduce our top-up card, which is useful if the users they have reached the bandwidth limit. And then I'm going to introduce our multiple Ethernet pass-through. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit some other features, like if you're using our built-in CODESYS, how you're going to use the pass-through, and also some activity report part. Okay, so let's start it here. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to introduce you about this use case here, which is, so maybe you can have some sense about how our EasyAccess is being, how EasyAccess 2.0 is being used by other users here. Okay, so this example here is a metal machine builder here. Okay, so he builds machine that builds metal parts like this picture, and the HMI he uses is cMT-3090 here, and the PLC he uses is Siemens S7-1200. Okay, and this machine builder, he mainly sells his machine to Africa, to Asia, and to South America. So his users are far away from him, so he needs to use our EasyAccess 2.0 service here. Okay. Okay, so so this machine builder, this customer, this our end user here, he mainly uses EasyAccess 2.0 to tuning his machine. For example, when the machine are sending to different these people he wants to tuning the machines in different countries. So he's going to tuning the machine's parameter, so he can use EasyAccess to connect to the HMI and then just watch, and then just use HMI to change the parameters on the machine. Okay, so this is the first step. And the second step is that some of his customers, sometimes they need to build some customer parts, machine parts. Okay, so they need to use some customized PLC project. They need to a little bit adjustment on the PLC project. So in this kind of cases, our users he is going to use our Ethernet pass-through through EasyAccess and download the PLC project into the machine. Okay, so he can customize, download the PLC project to different users here. Okay, the next part is that since he is building a machine that makes metal parts, okay, which means that some parts in his machine will have some wear and tear after he is being using the machine for some time. So he needs to know in advance that if the parts are wear and tear and tear. So he needed to be notified in advance. So he uses our push notification. on his machine, he has some sensors. He will sense some part of his machine needs to be changed before the parts are down. So he will get a push notification from our app. Then he will notify his customers that you need to change these parts in advance. Okay, so he use push notification to switch the parts. Okay, the next part is that he need to constantly check if all his machines are running okay. So he will download the data log and event history from our different HMIs regularly. So what he does is that he uses EasyAccess, and he uses EasyAccess to connect to the FTP and download the data log and event history directly. Okay, so this is mainly how our this customer use our EasyAccess 2.0, and later on I'm going to introduce some of these parts will all be introduced. For example, this Ethernet pass-through here and our push notification I'm going to introduce later, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use the FTP in the final part of our session today. Okay, so the first topic is about our push notification, and you guys can see from this slide that you can see that the push notification, meaning that if you're using a tablet or a phone, you can receive the event of HMI through our EasyAccess 2.0 app. Okay, if the event was triggered on the HMI, and the mobile device will also receive a push notification. Okay, so first of all is that how to set it. Okay, and it's actually only about 3 steps. I mean, in a general way. Okay, I mean, forget about the details. In general, that there are only 3 big steps. First of all is that you need to you need to enable the push notification option in the event log in EasyBuilder Pro here. Okay, you can see that there's a push notification here, which you need to enable it. Okay, and that is done in the EasyBuilder Pro part. Okay, so the next part is you need to set it in EasyAccess 2.0. First of all, you need to enable it in the arrow mark I mark here on the EasyAccess app here. Okay, you need to enable the EasyAccess service first. Okay, then the next part is that you can choose which HMI's event you want to receive. Okay, if you will only receive the push notification of the HMI you want to receive. Okay, so these are the 3 big steps about how to enable EasyAccess 2.0. Okay, I'm going to open our software here to show you where they are exactly, so it will be more clear. Okay, first of all, it's the EasyBuilder Pro part. Okay, the EasyBuilder Pro here, and I switch to data history here, and I click on the event. Okay, so you can see that I have different event here. Okay, and you will see that there's a push notification option here, and you need to enable it. Okay, each event you'll need to enable the push notification option. Okay, if you're not enable the option, that event will not be pushed. Okay, will not be sent to your app. So you need to set every option. You need to enable the event you want to push here. Okay, so this is the EasyAccess part here. Okay, then let's go to the EasyAccess software part. Okay, you can see that from the top right corner here, there's a list. Okay, I click on this. Okay, I click again here. Okay, so this setting here, and I will switch to the push notifications tab here, and you will see that there are enable options on the right side here. Okay, so this is the HMI here I have already enabled. If I disable it, I will not receive the push notification here. Okay, so if I will only receive it when I receive the push notification after I enable it. Okay, so and here are the options. You can choose which kind of event you want to receive. If you only want to receive when the event is triggered, and you only need to choose the trigger option. If you only want to know when the event is recovered, you need to enable the recover option. Or you just want to know when the HMI is online or offline, and so you can check this option here. So these three are the basic options of our push notification here. Okay, so this is basically how this is set. Okay, so I think that the steps here are all quite simple about how to enable it. Okay, but using our EasyAccess 2.0 app means that you need to constantly log in on your EasyAccess 2.0 app. Okay, you need to install our EasyAccess 2.0 app on our phone or on our tablet, and you need to log in, so you will receive the push notification here. Okay, so this is this part. And after you set it, and then it is done. Okay, so you will receive a push notification like on your cell phone. Okay, so you will constantly receive the push notification like this. Okay, you will see this on your phone, no matter where you go. Okay, so this is quite simple about our EasyAccess push notification here. Okay, and I have we have a use case here, and he is a heating machine integrator here. He builds a pool heating machine for a hotel's pool area. Okay, and in this case, he uses cMT-SVR, and it connects to some CODESYS based PLC, and he made this heating machine here. Okay, and he mainly uses our EasyAccess 2.0 for examining his machine regularly, and he will check the machine status. And what's special is that since his machine is for the hotel staff will also need to be notified if there's some abnormal with the heating device here. So the hotel staff, because they don't know how to use it's hard to train them to use our EasyAccess 2.0 app here. So they use Facebook Messenger to receive push notification. Okay, I'm going to introduce the Facebook push messenger later, but mainly that this push notification can also can be used by those who are not familiar with our app or our software or service. Okay, they can also receive this notification here. So you can imagine that any operator on site in front of the machine, they don't need to use EasyAccess, and they can still be notified. Okay, so this is mainly our application about our push notification here. Okay, so the next part is going to talk about our push notification on our social media, because the previous method I introduced you guys about is for the users, you still need to download our EasyAccess 2.0 app here. But if you using our push notification on our social media, you only need to have the social media, and you will only require some simple steps, and you can just receive the notification without download our app here. Okay. And currently that we support these three platforms here, which first one is the Facebook Messenger. Okay, you can receive the notification on Facebook Messenger. And another one is Line. Line is invented by Japanese, and it's very kind of popular in Asia, but I guess that it's not so popular in other area, but mostly if you have users, you have customers in Asia, and they use Line, and they can choose this option here. And the third option here is using WeChat. Okay, WeChat is for mainly used for Chinese users, but of course some users from other places also use this service. So if you have users, they use WeChat, they can also use WeChat for the push notification service. And at this moment, we are still studying if there are other social media we can support, but different social media and different communication apps, they have different restrictions. Some require some fee charging per message, some just have some special mechanism. So we will considering to support more in the future, but currently these three are the social media we support here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use a video to demonstrate it because it's kind of complicated. So it's not complicated, but it's not easy to demonstrate here. So I'm going to use a video to show you how I made it here. Okay, so first of all is the steps on the Easy Builder Pro here. Okay, so you will need to Okay, so first of all, you need to create a barcode display here. And you will choose, and you can choose a system tag. Okay, here is the system tag here. And there's a tag that will show you the QR code here. Sorry, let me move it back a little bit. Okay, so sorry, let me do it again. Okay, this 11770 for LW address is the address you need to use in the for the QR code object here. Once you made it, and you can add the QR code on your HMI. Okay, make sure that you set the length enough. Okay, then you put it on the HMI. Okay, then after that, okay, you just need to scan. Use your phone to scan the QR code, so you will start the procedure to add the push notification in different social media here. If you are using our cMT series, you don't need to do that step because in our tab of EasyAccess 2.0, there's already a QR code. There's already a QR code here. Okay, so you will see that EasyAccess 2.0 tab. You will see the QR code tag here. Okay, so if you're using our cMT series, you don't need to add an additional QR code. You just need to scan the QR code here. Okay. Okay, after we create the QR code here, and I'm going to scan it here, and then we will generate a tab. Okay, so you will see this site, which will ask you which kind of platform you want to choose. Okay, so you can just choose the platform you want to use. And first of all, we are going to introduce about how to log in with Facebook here. Okay, we choose login with Facebook, and you will require you to log in with your Facebook account here. Okay, then we will go to a fan page of Facebook, which is our EasyAccess 2.0 fan page here. Okay, first of all, you need to like it here. Okay, and the next part is this part is kind of tricky because that you need to send a message to our EasyAccess 2.0 fan page first. Okay, you can just send any random message to our Facebook fan page, and then you will receive the notification here. Okay, let's do it again here. Okay, first of all, you scan the QR code. Choose Facebook, login with Facebook here, and you go to our fan page and press like on our fan page, and then you send a message to our EasyAccess 2.0 fan page. Okay, then you will start to receive the push notification on your Facebook Messenger. Okay, there's one thing you need to notice that this fan page, you need to use these steps so you can have the notification. Okay, so just don't search this fan page on Facebook directly and try to send message to it, because in this way it will not work. Okay, just you need to scan the QR code first. Okay. And in the Facebook Messenger here, you can also choose the HMI list. You just enter HMI list here, and you will see the HMI that you can receive the push notification. You will see the HMI here, and you can choose if you want to remove this HMI. If you don't want to receive the HMI notification on your Facebook Messenger, you can just choose remove HMI here, and you can choose also set which kind of event you want to receive. Okay, you want to only receive the off or online, offline, or recovery mode. Okay, you can set it here. And yes, so you will receive different kind of event. And you can also set the event language here. If you use multiple language in your event, then you can also set different language on Facebook Messenger here. So you will receive different message. Okay. So the next part we're going to talk about is the line, the push notification on our line app here. Okay. So the first step is the same, is that you need to scan the QR code, and then you will receive then you will start to have these steps, and you will choose the HMI you want to receive it. Okay, then you can also choose which kind of notification you want to receive. Once you have set it, and you will start to receive the notification here. Using Line is actually even more easier. Is actually even much easier than using our Facebook here. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, first of all, scan the QR code here, and then set up the HMI and the message you want to receive. Okay, then you can receive the push notification. Okay. Why these steps are different is because that different social media, they provide different ways for us to achieve our push notification function. So unfortunately, maybe some app is not so. There are some different steps you need to memorize. You need to operate. Okay, but Line is actually kind of easy if you want to use it. Okay. Then the final part is about our WeChat, and the first step is still the same. Let's scan our QR code and choose WeChat service, and we will enter the WeChat. Okay, so here I will scan it, and we'll enter. Okay, so we will choose login with WeChat. Okay, and then the WeChat here, we will have I don't know how to say it. It's a page. It's also kind of like a fan page. It's kind of similar to a Facebook fan page here. Okay, so you will see the fan page here, and you can press follow. Okay. So after you follow it, you will see that you can now receive the push notification here. Okay. So this is the WeChat part here. Okay, so this is on the WeChat here. And in WeChat, you can also manage your HMI this way. Okay, you can choose the HMI you want to manage and choose which kind of message you want to receive. And that is pretty much about it. Okay. Okay. So these are the 3 platforms we supported at this moment. Okay, but in the future we will try to support more. Okay. And if you go to your domain web page here, okay, if we go to your domain, there's a notification here which you can manage the users here. Okay, which you can manage your HMI here. Okay, in your domain page in this notification tab here. Okay, So this is pretty much about our push notification here. Okay, and then we're going to move to the next part, which is multiple users logging. I'm not sure if you have known about this topic, but we just support this feature like maybe weeks ago. So this is a brand new features here. Okay, and if you guys have used our EasyAccess before, you will know that before we only support one user that can connect to the HMI. Okay, so if you have several guys, you all need to use EasyAccess at the same time. So you need to sit together in front of the PC and connect to one HMI at the same time. Okay, so this is the multiple. So this is why we have support the multiple users logging now. So everyone can log in from different places and do the things they want. Okay. So, for example, that if there are one HMI engineer and one PLC engineer, and so they can use different HMI user, different EasyAccess user accounts to log in here. And so one can check the HMI and the other one can check the PLC. So this is how we support the multiple user logging. And I know the time now is kind of inconvenient because some of us that need to work from home now. And using our multiple user logging, you can also be more convenient. Like everyone, most of us, that we don't need to go on site, but we can all connect to one HMI and check the devices separately. Okay, so this is which is also a benefit. I mean, it's very convenient for the time like now, right? This is kind of useful for the multiple user login function here. Yes. Okay. So first of all is that you need to enable the multi-user setting here in the domain setting. Okay. So let me show you here. Here is our domain web page. Okay, so let's see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and you will see that here there's a multi-user setting here. Okay, so you can enable the option here. Okay, currently that we only support 3 users account logging at the same time. Okay, so but you only need to enable the option here. Okay, so this is enabled here. Okay. Okay, then you have enabled this service here. Okay, the next part is about the login. Okay, then in the domain, like you need to go to the HMI here. Okay, so I just choose the HMI. You need to go to the HMI list. Okay, then you can edit this HMI. And when you click the user, you can see that you can choose multiple user. You can choose which users can log in this HMI at the same time. Okay, this is where you choose it. Okay, let me do it again here. Okay, first of all, choose the HMI and click edit HMI here. Okay, then click user here, and you can choose the users you want to log in now. Okay, so this is so these settings I mentioned, you all need to set by domain user. Okay, this is important because the only domain users can enable this service and decide which users can log in at the same time here. Okay, so next part I'm going to show you. Okay, so you will see that multiple users logging here now. Okay, so let me demonstrate it here. Logging or okay, let me log in the EasyAccess 2.0 here first. Okay, So here I have login with one user already, so I'm going to wait. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Okay, so I have connect to this one. Let me change another HMI here. Okay, I will connect to this HMI first. Okay, while it is connecting, I'm going to log in with my another account here, okay, which is on my cell phone. Sorry guys, the team viewer on my phone is not very slow, so I'm going to start the team viewer now. Okay, so this is the screen on my phone here. So I'm going to log in with another account here. Sorry, let me check again. Okay. Give me a minute. Maybe I just pressed the wrong password here, so I can log in again here now. Okay, so you can see that I can connect to this HMI here. You can see that when I try to log in and it has this multiple people's mark here, and there's also occupy one here, and which means that there's already one user is connecting to this HMI at this moment. Okay, so okay, but you can. What I'm using is I use a different account to log in to the EasyAccess on my PC here. Okay, so this is okay. So here's on my phone here, and okay, but basically this is mainly about sorry, the Wi-Fi reception on my phone is not so well, so maybe there's some connection here. But you can see that if there's already a person, a user account is connecting to the HMI here, it will show how many people is occupied here. Okay, see occupied here, and when you click this, you will show the users that username that is already connected to this HMI here. Okay. So, and there, what is special is that only if you want to kick some users, only the admin can kick out any specific user here. So this is, if you log in with the admin username here, you can choose which user you want to remove here. Okay, so let's move on. This is basically about our multiple users here. Okay, so the next part is about our top-up card here. Okay, you will see that on our domain page there's an option called top-up card here. Okay, so why do we need it? Okay, that's because that currently that our EasyAccess 2.0 provide each HMI 1 gigabyte for high-speed data per month for free. Okay, so every HMI each month they have 1 gigabit data they can transfer. Okay, but after if the HMI has exceeded the 1 gigabyte, it will it will not be close. You can still connect, but the speed will be much more slower. Okay, so we provide this option which called top-up card here. Okay, so you can use our top-up option to restore high speed here. Okay, there are two options. One is 5 gigabyte and another one is 10 gigabyte here. Okay, and how to calculate this? Okay, first of all, that for example, if I top up 5 gigabyte in this domain, all the HMIs on this domain will share this 5 gigabyte. Okay, it is not for one specific HMI, but all the HMI. If any HMI on the domain has used more than 1 gigabyte this month, and it will start to use the 5 gigabyte quota here. Okay, and how this is done? Okay. If there's one HMI use 1 gigabyte this month, the top-up data will kick in. Okay, will from the 5 gigabyte, it will start to use the quota of 5 gigabyte here. Okay, but if in this domain, none of the HMIs has used more than 1 gigabyte, the top-up data will not be used. Okay, only the HMI use more than 1 gigabyte in this domain will start to use the top-up quota you just added. Okay, so this is important. First of all, it is shared by all HMIs. It is not for one specific HMI. And second of all is that only the HMI use more than 1 gigabyte will use the top-up data here. Okay, so this is how we calculate our top-up card here. Okay, and how do you start to use it? First of all, you need to purchase it from our local distributor. We have distributors in each country, so you just need to find a distributor who sells you the HMI and just buy the top-up card from them. And you can top up multiple cards at the same time, like you want to top up like 5 gigabyte and 10 gigabyte, which is 15 gigabytes, and it is allowed. Okay, you can top up a lot of them at the same time. It is allowed. Okay, and you will receive the top-up card in a electronic form. Okay, it's not a physical card like EasyAccess 2.0's activation card. No, it is a electronic form here. Okay, and when you have this card, electronic form card here, you just need to enter the license and the activation code in our domain manage page. Okay, domain manage page here. Okay, I will show you here. Okay, here's the top-up card here, and there's the option called add top-up card here, and you will enter the license serial and activation code. Okay, after that, and you will use the quota here. Okay. Okay, and after you have top-up the data here, it has 1 year validity. Okay. Okay, so you have 1 year, and after 1 year, this quota will be expired. Okay, and it is starting from the time you add it in the domain. Okay, so our advice is that only charge the top-up card when you need it. Okay, for example, if you have already bought a top-up card from your distributor, and your HMI has not exceeded 1 gigabyte, then you can just keep the card. Okay, you don't need to use it in the domain yet. Okay, because it has not started to count the 1 year's one year's calculation, not yet started yet. Okay, so after using a while, and then you have one HMI which has already used 1 gigabyte. For example, today is March 31st. Okay, so you use your top-up card here from now on, and the top-up card will be expired after 1 year. Okay, but if you have purchased this card since December, okay, it will not the time between from December to March will not be calculated. Okay, so the date is started when you have activated in the domain. Okay, when you activate the top-up card here. Okay, so this is basically how our card is used here. Okay, so the next part is about the multiple Ethernet pass-through here. We supported the Ethernet pass-through from the very first beginning of our EasyAccess 2.0, but now, then we only supported maybe one connection at the same time. But starting from now, we can we can support 6 devices to be connected at the same time here. Okay. So now a user can connect to multiple PLC with our Ethernet pass-through. Okay, so you will see that on our EasyAccess 2.0 option here. Let me use a different HMI here. It's waiting for a while. Okay, it's connected here, and you will see that the pass-through logging here, pass-through mark here. Okay, so this is where you set the device you want to pass through with. Okay, so here I'm going to enter a PLC, which is outside the domain here. Okay, I'm going to connect it. So this is the PLC's IP here. Okay, so it is set here. So you can see that one IP is added here. Okay, so this is, I will use a Weintek PLC to demonstrate it. Okay, so here I'm going to connect to our PLC. So I use Weintek PLC software here. Okay, then I'm going to set the IP address here. Okay, the IP address here is still the local IP of PLC, which is .1.112 here. Okay, after I press OK, and I will start to connect it. Let's give it a moment. And you can see that I have successfully established the connection of Ethernet pass-through here. Okay, so this is successful. Okay, so if you want to connect to more devices, you just need to add their local IP here. Then you can use multiple pass-through like the same steps I just used here. Okay. So this is about the multiple pass-through connection here. And the last part, I'm going to introduce our other features here. Okay, so first of all is that I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to talk about that we have some performance enhanced now. Our version now is v2.8 now, but started from v2.7 now, our connection time has been faster, was faster now compared with our older version of EasyAccess 2.0. You can see that in the old version that the connection time is up to 14 seconds. But now using our new version now, the connection time you will only need to wait at most about 8.5 seconds now. Okay, and actually if we compare with this, you will see that how fast the connection time is, because that you can see that the system limit here is 5 seconds. So what is the system limits? Okay, if I'm using a Microsoft Windows PC and I'm going to start a VPN connection, the Microsoft OS will need 5 seconds to establish the VPN connection. Okay, so this is the limitation on the PC. Okay, it is not by our service. It is that the Microsoft OS system requires 5 seconds to make the connection. And with our latest EasyAccess 2.0, we only need 8.5 seconds, which has this 5 seconds included. So you can see that our connection time is a lot faster in our current version now. Okay, so I just want to mention this part so you will know in case that you have users asking about the connection time. Actually, our connection time is quite reasonable and quite fast here for the version now. Okay, so the next part I'm going to talk about is our building codices. You guys should know that some of our cMT series, we have building codices inside the HMI. But some of the codices users may ask, okay, I have the codices system in your HMI, but how am I going to use EasyAccess to connect to our building codices here? So first of all is that you will need to go to the OS setting of cMT series and you choose network, okay, network of the HMI here, and you will see that below the IP address there's a enable codices logging. You need to enable this option here, okay. Remember to enable this option here, which is, okay, so you can start to use codices pass-through here. And the local IP for codices is 10.255.255.2. Okay, this is the local IP of our building codices here. Okay, then the next part is that you go to the codices and enter the IP here. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to use it here. So first of all, that I have this cMT, our latest cMT-X series online here, and I'm going to use codices pass-through. So I just add codices internal IP here. Okay, so I have add the IP here. Okay, then it is set here. Okay, so I have set the codices IP here, and then I'm going to open the codices, and I'm going to download a project. For example, if I want to download a project remotely to our HMI, just give it a moment. Codices is open it. Okay, so this is open here, and this is my codices project here. You can see that this is my project here. This is my codices project here. And now I want to download it through our EasyAccess Ethernet pass-through here. So once you double-click on the device here, okay, double-click on the device here, and you will see this communication setting tab here, and you will see that you can choose the proper gateway. And here, you will click, okay, you will click the internal IP of our codices. Okay, then press enter. Then you can see that my HMI is founded here. Okay, then I'm going to download, I'm going to make it login here. Okay, so to download the project inside. Okay. Okay, so basically that this is how it is done. Okay, so the three steps here. First of all, enable the codices logging on the cMT HMI here. Then you can add the internal IP in the EasyAccess 2.0 here. Okay, add it here. Then the final part is you will enter the IP of codices, the internal IP in the CODESYS software, then you can start to use CODESYS Passthrough. Okay, so this is because there are some users they don't know how to do it, so I just talk about this topic here, so you guys, in case you want to know how to use it. Okay, the other part is about our activity report. Because sometimes that the domain manager or the users would like to know what is the status of their HMI. So we provide this activity report service here. And you can see that there are 3 categories here. And first of all is the HMI's activities. You can know when the HMI is online and when is the last time the HMI is online. And you can see how the VPN, the connection activity is. And the last one is that you can see different users, when do they log in, when do they online, and when are they offline. Okay, when are they offline through the activity report. And to use it, you will also need to enable it in your domain account. Okay, so let me here. And you will see that, okay, so in this setting here, you will see an activity report here. Okay, so when you press subscribe, and you will start to receive the activity report, and you will send it to your domain email address here. Okay, then you can choose when you want to receive the domain this activity report. It will send by daily or weekly or monthly, and you can choose it here. Okay, and this is the first stage of our activity report that it will send to the domain to your domain registration email here. Okay, and but few weeks ago, after we started to support multiple users logging now, our activity report can also be sent to different users. Okay, so you can see that we can add user here. Right, so sorry, this I think it's probably the resolution problem here of my PC here, that you cannot see it very well, but yes, but here you can, okay, let's just shrink it here. So here you can see that I can choose different users account. Okay, if I choose this user account and save it, that the activity reports will also be sent to this user's email. They will also receive a daily report here. Okay, so this is activity report can be sent to the domain email, and you can also send it to the user email now. Okay, so this is how our activity report looks like here, and you will receive a general HTML here, and you can see that these are the categories I just showed you, the different activities here. Okay, and you will also receive some CSV file which states different activities here. Right. Sorry, my sales kind of slow here. Okay, but anyway, you can see that the HMI here and the online time here and the offline time here. So these 4 files are the activity reports that will be received. Okay, so this is our activity report here. Okay, okay, and then I'm going to talk about our FTP. I don't know if you guys knows about it, that our HMI can be accessed through the FTP here. And if locally that you know the address is using the local IP here, but if you're using EasyAccess, you can just copy this IP I marked here and just put it in the FTP link here. And we have a small tool that if you enter your password of your FTP here and click on the paste the copy icon here, it will generate a FTP URL automatically. Okay, so you can use this way to enter the FTP through the EasyAccess 2.0. Okay, this is just a small features, but it is quite useful if you want to download some files from your HMI remotely. Okay, so this is the FTP part. Okay, so the final part is that starting from now on that we have we can let you use a different HMI folder. So let's go back to the EasyAccess here, and you will see that. Okay, so at first that all our HMI is in the list. Okay, but from now on that we can allow you to have different folder, so you can categorize your different HMI in different folder, which is more convenient for you to manage all the HMIs on your list. To add the folder, you need to go to the domain manage page here. Okay, you will see that device here and device, and there's this HMI folder view here. And this is where you create your folder. And after you create it, you can add the HMI into different folders. And the next time your users log into EasyAccess 2.0, you will see they will see the different, so they can easier for them to choose the HMI they want to connect. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the multiple user login because my phone now is finally working. The internet connection is not so well. Okay, but you will see that my phone has already connected to the HMI. So when I try to connect, you will see this warning here. Okay, so when I click it, you will start the multiple connection, and you will see that. Okay, when I click the list, you can see that there are 2 users here. Okay, there are 2 users which is connecting to this HMI at the same time here. Okay, so this is okay. So basically, that this is our current new features we have on our EasyAccess 2.0, and of course that we will support more and more. And if you have some special requirement of using there's any features that can be really convenient to our EasyAccess 2.0, you're welcome to contact with our local distributor, and you can tell them what you need, and then they will tell us, and we will see if we can make our app be more and more convenient. Okay, so thank you guys, and so this is all about our EasyAccess 2.0 webinar here, and I hope you can have learned something from it, and later